Hi, my name is John. I'm your physical therapist assistant today, teaching you how to work on the leg rest. So this is a swinging leg rest, which can go outside. It's also where the patient will leave their feet, and then to take them off, you just push up, take them off. To reattach, you put them back on these pivot points, and then lock them in place so they're secure. So these are the armrests of the wheelchair. In this specific one, you get put them to the back through this lever right here, and that will help the patient transfer and also mobility of the patient. And then you can just click them back in place like that. Now I'll be showing you the wheel locks, are located in either side of the wheelchair. And the purpose of the wheel locks is to make sure whenever the patient is standing that they have a stable platform, and whenever they're sitting on the wheelchair from standing, they also have a stable platform. You know, not allow the wheelchair to move. So now we're going to talk about the seat back of the wheelchair, and the proper measurements for the wheelchair for your patient would be from the posterior buttock to your inferior angle of your scapula. Some adverse effects that could happen if the seat back height is too high is that you will have pressure ulcers, and it will be digging into the scapula. So now we're going to measure the seat to floor height. So that would be from the popliteal fold to the sole of the shoe. And an adverse effect, if you get that measurement wrong, is that the patient will not be able to propel themselves using their lower extremities. So now we're going to measure the seat height to the leg rest. And how you would do that is measure from the popliteal fold to the sole of the shoe, and you minus 2 inches. Some adverse effects of that is that if you don't minus 2 inches, the leg rest will hit the obstacles on the floor. Measure the seat depth, and how you would measure that is from the posterior buttock to the popliteal fold, and you minus 2 inches. The reason why you would do this is because the adverse effects would be the seat would be digging into the posterior of your knee and causing lots of irritation. So now we're going to measure the seat width. So you're going to measure from the widest parts of your hips and add 2 inches. This is to prevent any pressure ulcers and irritations due to the sides of your wheelchair. So now I'm going to teach the caregiver how to get the patient up a curb, so ascending a curb. So you would get to as close as possible to the curb. Tell the patient to lift their legs so it clears the curb. Next, we're going to get the caster wheels on top of the curb first. So then we're going to tilt the patient back and slowly get the casters first. Then we're going to get the knee or leg right behind the patient so it gives them some support and gives us some support to lift the patient up. So next, we're going to get the drive wheels onto the curb. So we're just going to lift, and now we have ascended the curb. So now we're going to descend the patient down. So we're going to get closer to the edge of the curb, use your body to help slow the descent of the patient, and then slowly bring them down. And next will be the caster wheels. So what I would do is put one lower extremity on the tippy wheels. So you can tip the patient and make sure your body is against them so they have some support, and then slowly come back. And then use the tippy bars again to slowly descend the patient back to the ground from the tilted position. So now we're gonna ascend. We're going to ascend the ramp. So what I would tell the patient is to lean forward while ascending and to propel the drive wheels with their hands. So lean forward, ascending. Now we have reached the end of the ramp. So now we'll be descending the ramp. I'm going to turn the patient around. So now I would tell the patient to lean back and then put their hands on the hand rims to help slow the descent of the wheelchair. Lean back. Slowly go down at the patient's feet. So now we're gonna teach the caregiver how to get a patient in a wheelchair through the doorway. So what we would do is get the patient to the side of the door so you can swing the door wide open. Make sure they're far enough from the door so it doesn't hit the wheelchair. Swing the door open, pull them back, and propel them through. So now we're going to teach the patient how to get into an elevator. So the patient in a wheelchair would go in backwards, press whatever floor they need, and then once they get out, they'll just propel themselves forward. So now we're going to teach a patient how to get through a door that opens away from you. So what you would do is get up closer to the door, open the door, and open it wide so there's enough room for the wheelchair and it doesn't get caught. And then the patient will propel themselves through the door. So now we're going to teach the patient how to propel themselves on the wheelchair. So what they would use are the hand rims on the drive wheels. So to propel yourself forward, you would put your hands on the hand rims and then push forward while holding onto them. You're gonna go forward, and same thing, hold to go backwards. You hold onto the hand rims and hold backwards. To turn, you're gonna only use one drive wheel to turn. And then some important cues for the patient to have while propelling themselves through is to have a good sitting posture. They're upright, they're not leaning forward. That'll be all.